Hopefully I don't ruin the charger, but you guys are gonna be like this today. So let's fix our hair. Probably should have had all of this stuff ready by now, but I don't. But I rearranged my room entirely so I could have my makeup here right besides my desk. So when I film, I'm ready to go. So I will be using. I have my makeup brushes here. Mascara, clear, and my dark one. Today I kind of want to try this makeup palette, but I will save this makeup palette for a video, so please stay tuned for that. Today we're going to be trying this Jaclyn Hill Ring the Alarm Morphe palette. I got this for free from my dad. We use this actually on my quinceañera. It has really pretty colors. Look at this. This is so pretty. They're kind of like very dark colors, darkish colors. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, so we're gonna use this little mirror here. We're gonna be using these two palettes, which are the ones that we use like almost every day. Today we're gonna be using a red lipstick. It doesn't look too red, but it is red. Foundation. We cannot forget our primer because we always forget. We're gonna be using this illuminating primer. And
Sheriff's Office has been assisting our agency with this investigation. Received information after the shooting that the shooter had offered several manifestos, one to his parents, one to the media, and one to federal agents. Portions of these manifestos detail the shooter's disgusting ideology of hate. Plainly put, the shooting was racially motivated.
okay, so I forgot where I left the beauty blender I was using last time. So I'm gonna use this new one. I'm gonna use this brush for the primer and the foundation, just because I don't know what this brush is actually used for, so I want to try it out. So I'm kind of nervous. I really wish for you guys to join one of these days. I really would like to interact with some of you guys if you're totally willing to. But today, I kind of feel a little bit more comfortable since there isn't any people, just because I could talk freely and I'm not that nervous compared to if there was someone. But I would really enjoy interacting with you guys a little bit more. We are going to prep our skin. I have a really runny nose, but I'll put some hand sanitizer. Anyways, we have a chamomile toner essence. This one, which we're gonna use to as a skincare prep before applying makeup. The last live I did, it actually made me break out a lot more. Thankfully, I know how to fix it right away, but it was really bad. It's really bad. Do think it was because I didn't use the primer, because I heard on TikTok and I was like investigating, and you have to prep your skin a little bit better so that because I have sensitive skin. So if you have sensitive skin, you're supposed to prep your skin, wear primer, skincare. I did hear to buy a foundation that has like hydrating and serums, something like that. But I'm honestly hesitating on buying a dollar foundation and you want me to buy something that costs like $20, it's kind of like no. I like being on the cheap side. I don't really like spending money like that, but I would be willing to buy it futurely once I get a job and get money. I really hope sometime, eventually, right, I do get monetized on YouTube, but that will be like a long time to choose, just because I do procrastinate a lot on making videos and sharing my content, just because I'm scared that people find me, in my school and just talk about me. But to be honest, at this point, I don't care. Because if they do talk about me, like, more views, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's kind of intimidating. you know, I don't know. I don't like being the center of attention unless I'm not talking to people. Like, I don't like people talking to me. So I try to, like, not pretend I'm mean, but I just try to avoid people as much as I can so that I don't get the attention. I enjoy the attention of people looking at me because I've been used to it like almost my entire life. For some reason, every time I enter a room, people always like stare at me, and sometimes it's just girls my age that just stare at me like nonstop and just start whispering and laughing to each other, and I'm just like, okay. Right, I don't even understand why they do that, but you know um yeah, I don't like the fact that I have like a lot of stuff, especially here, like on my nose. I get like a lot of stuff, and I don't even understand why. It's just very frustrating for me personally, right? And actually, my mom's about to get here from work, and she actually brought a girl here to stay in my room. And I don't really like that. I don't like that because I barely even have space for my own stuff. I rearranged my whole entire stuff just because I had to, right? So that I could make my videos and I'm more accessible. But I usually make my videos at night, and if she's here at night, like, I I don't know, like, I don't want to disturb her, but like, she's literally staying in my room, and that's what the hell. She's basically going to be paying rent, but it's kind of like, okay, because we have a small room, like a storage room actually, but it's very well conditioned to be a house. But we rented it to someone, and that someone doesn't even pay. I don't want to say bad words, but he doesn't pay anything, right? And the audacity, honestly, the audacity of not paying stuff, right? Money. Um, he says he sends money to Mexico, right, for his kids and this and that. But like, I haven't heard his conversations, right? Because that's none of my business and I don't care. But like, we become close, Um, well, my mother, right? The entire family in general has become close to anyone. What do you want?
The fuck are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing?
Feeling goofy.
Okay. What do you want? Do you need something? Do leave that there. What time is it, Chris?
It's already 12. Banana stuff is fucking
This brush is actually not that soft. It's actually absorbing all the primer in. I'm just gonna spread it out like this so that the beauty blender can actually blend it in a little bit more. Um, Anyways, as I was saying, yeah, like, the family has become like close to anyone, honestly. But he says, "Oh, I have to send money," and my mom overheard a conversation because we also give him food, because we know like he's in need and whatever, right? But my mom like was inviting him to eat here, like in the house, and she accidentally overheard a conversation, right? And the wife was like, "Send me money, I need to buy a phone." Like, excuse me, the audacity. Like, I would have not tolerated that shit, but also he's very, I'm sorry to say the word, but he's very stupid in general. I don't know what is wrong with him. um Stupid, you know I'm not, you know but like, why would you let yourself be she is a woman, she could work, she is not disabled, she's like nothing to you, she's nothing to you. She cheated on you and she's living with the guy she cheated on you with, and as a stepfather he should also be responsible, or his girlfriend. You don't have to be responsible for that bitch. I said a bad word, I'm sorry. I need to stop talking because every time I talk it's just really bad. But you know what I mean? Like, you're not responsible. Like, she cheated on you. Get that other man to pay for you. You as a ex-husband. Well, they weren't even married, actually. Like, I don't even know what I'm saying. Se juntaron. O sea, like, the logic that he's always, I was married. No, no way. That's juntado. It's different. Don't say you were married and shit. That's embarrassing. Don't say that. Because you weren't. Okay? Just because you have kids and you live together doesn't mean you're married. And it doesn't mean shit. Okay? I'm sorry to say that, but like, it's true. Right? Personally. Like, okay. But the point is, you know, that he literally sends everything he works here over there to his kids. Girl, I'm gonna tell you something. The boyfriend she is with right now doesn't work. Who do you think that money is for? Who? Who do you think you are maintaining with that money? It certainly isn't your kids, because they be asking you for money for food all the damn time. Okay, so it definitely, I'm sorry for my accent. I get it. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's just unacceptable at this point. And he doesn't even pay fully rent. He pays like about like $90. The audacity he has. What he, what he does? He has an air conditioner in that house, and he also has a fridge, right? He has an air conditioner, and he has that on every single day, 24 hours, 24/7, 24 hours, 7 days a week, and he leaves his door open. Are you mental? Are you mental? Are you not okay? What is wrong with you? And the fact that he doesn't even pay for the electricity he is taking, it's unacceptable. It really, really is. Like, that is just not it. That's just not it. But you know, this family doesn't learn. No, like, I understand your need, but if you're stupid, you're stupid. Dude, he also got paid really good money, and I'm talking really good money that if you invert it to Mexican money, like it was like 18 per dollar when he got a really good amount of money. He was working just because he was working with a friend of my mom, and that friend came over and told my mom and was like, "Oh, he didn't give you any of rent?" And my mom was like, "No." And then like, why do you ask? And she was like, "Well, I gave him a really good amount of money because he does construction, right? And he did a repair on her house and whatever. And she paid him some really good amount of money, you know. And he didn't even come give $20 here for rent and all that freaking electricity he's been using. None, like zero, right? And it's just insane. It's just insane that he keeps taking advantage of this entire family in general. Because we also give him food. Like, did we mention that? Did we cover that? Because like, we feel bad. Like, he doesn't have anything to eat because he gives it all to his kids in school and whatever. I understand how expensive the school is. Trust me, it is expensive over there. I don't even know why they charge that much. Like, we pay taxes, like, but like, Mexico is very corrupt in that aspect. I guess you could say that, but you know, I guess we're not gonna cover that topic. So we do feel bad, but at that point, where when you're receiving that amount of money, you would expect at least like 1 month of rent. Okay, like at least. But no, he gave it all over there, and during that month that he got that very generous amount of money, he still came over and said, "Oh, well, I don't have anything to eat to eat." You're joking. I understand groceries are expensive because I make all the finances in my house. Trust me, when I like, it's very traumatizing for a child to have to deal with all this, the adult stress. But to be honest, it's honestly helped me grow up at a very young age. I've been told, when I was younger, they would tell me, "Amelia, you're so mature for your age." And honestly, I didn't understand that until now. But that's fine. That's fine. I don't mind not having a childhood. Honestly, I enjoyed every moment I had with my family. And you know what? I have My family does not love me at all, honestly. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It really is. But I'm okay. Hopefully. Anyways, going back to the story, um, like, we don't necessarily. My grandma has told them, "Hey, like, what's up? Like, why aren't you paying anything? Like, what is wrong with you? Are you mentally okay?" I'm playing. She hasn't actually said it like that, but you get my point. And like, no, like, he doesn't pay anything. Like, not even 1 month full on rent. Like, none. He owes my grandma like thousands of dollars of rent. He's been here for at least 2 years, probably a year and a half, around. But you get my point. That's still a lot of money, considering he's literally living here for free. Like, we have to pay for all that electricity that he goes out and spends. And my grandma has made that clear for him. My grandma was like, "Hey, what is wrong with you? You cannot You cannot be having air conditioner when poor people are out like that, not having air conditioner. You're wasting conditioner, and you're outside with the door open. What the hell is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Turn the air off. You know, like that is just disrespectful at that point, man. Like I don't even understand. And I've told him many times because he usually hangs out with my family and stuff. So I've told him various times, like I've insulted people when they take advantage at that point. Like if you're gonna take advantage, you shouldn't give a shit about what I have to say about you, okay? Because if it's true, I'm gonna say it, okay? And he's out there like giving me advice and shit about my relationship because I have a boyfriend, which is honestly a problem with my family apparently. You know, since they're not good enough, they want me to be good enough, okay? And they want me to be perfect, right? Well, F them, honestly. Like, set the example, please. Don't be coming up to me like that. But whatever. Right, when I'm talking about that, you know, I painted my eyelashes. But like, yeah, like the audacity he has. And you know, when we're out like that, and you know what he has the audacity to do? Because sometimes my mom complains like I don't do stuff like around the house, and I admit that I don't do stuff around the house, mainly because I have depression. You know, I sometimes don't even shower for like an entire month or two, and people don't think it's weird. I'm playing. No, I don't. I don't go that long just because I do have a scalp problem, and if I go like even like 3 to 4 days without showering, like my scalp gets very, very irritated and itchy, and it starts bleeding. I'm actually bleeding right now. I showered like 2 days ago. I showered Wednesday. I showered Wednesday. What's today? Saturday? Don't know how to calculate or count, okay? But anyway, I'm gonna use a little water too. It wasn't water in that. Anyways, as I was saying, like I usually say, oh yeah, I was talking about that. My mom like say stuff that I don't do stuff around the house, or that I should try to help her like with money. It's always been about money. I'm always there for her financially. You know, I've always came up with business ideas to do to make money. You know, I'm always there to help her financially. And you know, I have done a lot. I have since I was a child. I've been making money, you know, one way or another. You know, I know a thing or two about business, right? And I guess she does appreciate it, right? But she doesn't acknowledge it when she's come to the point where, oh, you don't do anything. But that's fine. I don't blame her. I mean, she's been like that all her life, and I don't blame her for that, right? But she's mentioned that in front of him, and he's like, well, you should help your mother out because you know when I was with my mother, she would always tell me this and that, and even while I was married, you were not married, you were conjoined. That was juntado, okay? You know, like she still hit me and disciplined me and this and that, and I didn't see her for like 5 years after she hit me. Ungrateful, absolutely ungrateful. Like, she's your mother, she has the right to hit you. Like you don't even know the story of why he hit him. I'm not gonna say that because that is like something else, right? But you know, the audacity. And you know, and while he was saying that, I was like, you have no right to tell me shit because vives mantenido. You know what I mean? Like, no tienes derecho de decirme nada porque vives mantenido. And I always tell him that it is mantenido and stuff like that because he basically is. Like, I'm not lying or saying anything like accusing him of being something he's not because he is, right? Now, I am a mean person, okay? I am not gonna say I am a good person and this and that because I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I have a very soft heart, and because I have a very soft heart, and my family ain't. It ain't it. My family ain't it, okay? I have to protect myself some way or another, right? So if you wanna take advantage of me, you ain't going to do that. You ain't going to surpass that. Only my family can surpass that. Why? Because I've allowed it my entire life. They've been here my entire life. They haven't done shit for me, right? But I don't have the heart to hate them in any single way whatsoever. And I hate myself for that. I hate myself for feeling that way because it's not fair. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you're staying there being taken advantage of and they call you a hoe. I talk too much. Stop. Um, they also call me a prostitute. Can you believe that? It's a little offensive because, like, if I actually got paid to do that, I wouldn't even be here, you know? But whatever. Whatever they can see. Still keep saying shit. Because I don't give a shit. Like, words to me, they don't bother me because they're words. Like, unless they're true, I'm gonna be like, shit, you're right. I should change that. And I eventually do. But that's on my personal analysis, you know? Right. But, anyways, going back, like, I always tell him, hey, like, don't be saying shit to me about financial shit because you have no right. Right? And he doesn't. He doesn't have any right to do that. And as I was saying, he doesn't have any right. And I'm sure you agree with me. Hopefully. I look very oily. I hate beauty blenders because they like absorb all the foundation and won't leave you with anything. But anyways, yeah, it was just like not it, honestly. And the fact that he tries to give me advice, and then I'm also very offensive when it comes to relationship advice because I don't like anyone talking about my relationship because I've matured well enough to know what a relationship is and what it takes. Now, I don't want to talk about my relationship, but since the beginning, I've known that I am not mature enough to be in a relationship, and I've actually told him that, hey, I'm not there yet. I know for a fact I need to work on myself a lot more and my circumstances and my family problems to actually be mature enough to be in a relationship. And I've told him that many times, and he's seen that from me personally because I do get very mad. I've suppressed my feelings for a long time, and like suddenly, like I feel like a burst, and like I take it all out on him, and it's not his fault. It really, really isn't. And that's what like it's like no, like I don't want to hurt him. Like it's not his fault. It's not. But anyways, we're gonna try this framed color. It looks very pretty. I haven't tried it. It's so pigmented. I've actually this is the only palette I have that's actually pigmented, and the other palette I think that is very well pigmented is this one. Anyways, but yeah, and the part where I'm mean to him is in the fact that he gives me relationship advice like, oh, try to be patient with him. Like, you don't know how I am with him. You don't know how I am with him. I am a very patient person, okay? And you know how guys are, they're always in their game and stuff. And sometimes he doesn't even pay attention to me. And what gets me more upset is that his family takes advantage of him all the time. Like, I understand what it's like to be taken advantage of in your own family, but really, like, not stand up for yourself, like, not even a bit. You know what? They charge him his entire life, dude. His family, like, my boyfriend's family charges him, like, oh, you didn't pay me this, and I paid for your food, and I took care of you when I was young. Dude, he paid them like honestly over 1,000,000 pesos, like Mexican, for his whole entire life. Like, considering he wasn't there, like part of the family, he was with his mom that didn't actually love him, right? But I'm sorry to say, but that's very, very too much TMI. Pretend you didn't hear that, please. Um, he was in there, and his grandma, that's because, like I said, his mom isn't present in his life emotionally. Um, his grandma's taking care of him, and his grandma charges him everything, dude. Like, he had to work to pay for his school. Like, are you serious, dude? Are you like you? If you heard the whole entire story, you would be just as upset. And I have a right to be upset because I'm his girlfriend, and that's like a responsibility that is put upon me. Which is why, like I said, I'm not mature for that because, like, I have so much responsibilities when it comes to my own family that, like, dealing with someone else's family is just like a whole nother level. Because, like, I might make advices to him, give him advices like, what are you doing? When I don't even do that with my own family. Because I'm not like that with my family. Like, I am not at the age to say this and that, because if I do say this and that, they won't see me ever again, right? But I don't have that right to just go anywhere I want, so that I have to stay here. So, but he is very much 18, and he can say, hey, stop. But no, he doesn't listen to me. He doesn't listen to me. Honest, I hate that he doesn't listen to me, because every time I tell him something, it happens, right? Because I have a really good like, I know my family. Like, it's like very obvious what's gonna come next, right? And my family hates me, and if they hate me, they're gonna hate whoever I'm with, right? It's like very obvious. It's like common knowledge, right? And I told him from the beginning, hey, my family aren't gonna like you. They aren't, and don't expect them to. And he didn't listen to me. Don't know why he didn't listen to me, but he didn't. I feel like this color is too much. Oh my goodness.
¿Qué sucede?
Aquí en-
Está bueno.
sí. Se le quebró el tapón.
¿El tapón?
Sí.
O sea, ¿ya no te puedes usar o qué?
Sí, pero está bien metido adentro del tapón. This is good, actually. Anyways, so I was saying. Anyways, we're gonna talk about my relationship right now on this live. Um, but yeah, he tried to give me relationship advice. The one who doesn't pay rent and lives in Mantenido, right? And I was like, you have no reason to be saying shit to me because your wife cheated on you. Like, you have no right. And my mom was like, oh, she doesn't even try to, like, oh, I'm sorry on behalf of her. She's just like, oh, you see, she's very mean. She's very mean. But like, she says it in like, oh, she's very mean, yeah. You know, she doesn't try to like say, oh, don't say that shit, don't say that stuff and stuff like that. Nah, cause she knows me, right? But like my mom's the only one that supports me in this entire family. But sometimes, we have our discussions. As it's very normal to have discussions in any type of relationship you have, which is family, friends. It's normal to have a discussion, right? It's healthy to have a discussion or like a disagreement with something, but as long as it doesn't end in an argument like that, like a really bad argument, like then you're good. Like if it ends like in an argument where it's violent, that is not okay, girl. Right? I should listen to my own advice, but you get my point. Ooh, I forgot to make my grandma food. She is so ungrateful as well. If I told you about my grandma, goodness grace, goodness grace, goodness grace. The only thing I'm gonna say is that she cares more. I'm not gonna say that. But anyways, I did say that to him, like, you have no right to be giving me relationship advice. All of your girls have cheated on you because he has been talking about his past relationships and he tries to give me advice based on his past relationships. And he's like, oh, what I've learned is that you have to talk to that person and be patient with them. Bare minimum. What are you talking about? Bare minimum. Like, what? I'm surprised. I'm not even surprised your girlfriend cheated on you, man. Like, and I have said that to him, by the way. I admit not a nice person, and I always say that, like, when I meet people, I'm like, I'm not a nice person. Do not expect the best from me because I have an innocent face, right? And like I act innocent, right? Sometimes people stay away from me because they think I'm a pick me girl because oh my goodness, I act so innocent. And sometimes I'm like, you know, so you don't really know me. You have to like talk to me to actually get to know me because I could be both when I want to, right? I'm very soft hearted, so yeah, I have to go for my grandma. That is not even my responsibility. Like, she is so ungrateful, dude. Like, I'm not even. I just don't know. I just don't know anymore. Anyways, I'm gonna go cook because I'm also hungry and like I tried these tacos in HB and they were so good. So I'm gonna go do them right now because I did get the recipe. Like sometimes they give like samples and they sell them to you. Yeah, I got everything and I'm gonna cook that. Tastes really good. I really hope she's not ungrateful about the food I'm cooking because like I thought I was a picky eater. She is worse. I don't know if it's like her age or something, but like she's really bad. Anyways, I will come back. I promise.